Hi, okay. I'm Anna Tillman. This is my reflection for the video podcast type interview thing that I did on the modernist era. So, this one actually took a lot more research than the one last year, especially since I wanted to see how colored men lived during those times, women, farmers, and just like the rich people. So that is why I chose four people to do instead of just like one or two. I wanted to capture like as many viewpoints of the modernist era as I could. So um we had the farmer's wife who I wanted to get her point of view on like the Dust Bowl, on like the struggles that farmers had to go through. Same with like the socialite, how like the rich lived during this time, like how they seemed that it wasn't such a big deal to them since it wasn't a big deal since they had the money, they had the connections and everything like that. Okay, and then I went to the jazz musician who was also a colored man during the time, which this is during like the roaring 20s. This is during whenever things aren't so good for people of color. So I wanted to capture that in someone. And lastly, we had the World War One veteran who I wanted to try and capture how the World War One veterans felt during this time. Like the 1920s is not far from whenever World War Two was starting. I mean, 20 years later. But I just wanted to see how they felt during this like progressive era since so much is changing during this time and it is not at all the same as it was during World War One. But yes, so I it was actually pretty challenging, especially to edit. Originally I was going to like dress up and do my own like costumes for the characters, but that didn't work out very well. So I had the idea to do it kind of like a radio podcast, like how they used to do, like before we had, like you know, before we had what we have now. So I decided to do that instead. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I mean, the editing was hard, the script writing, it was hard to make it so like get all the information that I wanted in such a short amount of time because I didn't want to make it over like 5 minutes. But anyways, that is my reflection, the video reflection, and yeah.